Hi, everyone. I'm Charlene Shirk. I'm your host of Digital Champions, and we're very excited today that we're going to be talking with Ivan Temelkov with Razor Sharp Digital. Ivan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
So let's talk a little bit about what your company does. You say Razor Sharp Digital. I'm assuming that's trying to give you a little cutting edge over the competition.
Exactly. And that's just said, we are a company focused on helping other companies forge a strong digital footprint using human centricity, emotional engagement, and community building.
Let's talk about that emotional engagement,
Yeah.
centricity. Let's talk through that a little bit. What is the pain point that they're coming to you with that you feel that they need those things to be addressed?
Yeah. So the biggest thing, the main pain point that we solve for our customers is attraction. And we do that by really helping them humanize their brand. Humanize their brand in the way that they connect with their customers, the way they service their customers, the way they market their brand specifically, by really infusing more emotion, strong community building in the way they create that kind of attraction in the marketplace.
And how do you bring that out in them? How do you take a product and make it human-like?
Well, when you think about it as a product is, we buy products as consumers based on emotion, right? Here's a prime example. If you had $100 to your name and you really wanted to buy those new sneakers, right? But you know that you shouldn't really buy it, but you really want to buy it, you're still going to buy it. So I guess the best way to answer that question is this: creating enough emotion in the consumer to where they feel connected with the product. And we do that using omni-channel marketing, so social media, search, paid media, advertising, and usually we try to connect with the customer for that brand in such way. The messaging is catered in such fashion to where it creates that kind of emotion in their eyes.
Brand loyalty. At the end of the day, when you feel emotionally connected to a product or a company, and once you got brand loyalty,
Exactly.
it's yours to lose at that point. That's the best thing that you can get from a
Exactly.
customer. And so talk to me a little bit about, so in terms of creating this emotional connection and bond with a product or an organization, how do you see the next 2 years in your field affecting the ability to do that and to communicate that and resonate with the customer?
Yeah, absolutely. That's an excellent question. I think with the rise of AI, there's going to be a lot of challenges, but also a lot of opportunities as well. I think the challenges are going to be is making sure that we can still retain that human-centric element in the way that brands specifically connect with their customers. And then I think AI will also, and it already is actually, creating a lot of opportunities to automate certain things. So really finding that counterbalance between the human element and then also the automation, which is a necessity, I think is really going to be a challenge as AI really evolves and grows. An example will be is the way content is written. There's a lot of AI software out there that can literally write content for you. But a lot of that content doesn't sound human. It doesn't really flow. So that's really where the human element comes into play. I think there's still a long way to go with that. So that's, I think, probably going to be one of the biggest challenges over the next couple of years.
That was a great example that you gave. So those are some of the things I heard you say concerned with or kind of look out for. But is there anything that's exciting you that's on the horizon that's going to help you serve your clients better?
So, I mean, I think, one of the tips that I would give is probably, to focus on strengths. So what are you really good at as a company? What do you specialize in? How can you capitalize on that specifically? I think that's, really from a psychological standpoint, that's probably one of the things that from a marketing standpoint too, that a lot of companies don't fully utilize. So I would say, focus on your strengths. What are you really good at? Are you good at social? Are you good at paid media? Are you good at search? Are you good at all of those things, which, quite possibly. So that's probably one of the biggest tips I think that I would give.
Your unique sales proposition. It always comes back to the basics, doesn't it, at the end of the day? We can have all the tools, but at the end of the day, what are you good at? What do people know about your product, and get them to care about your product?
Right. I think, the best way that I can answer our unique proposition is if you want to become the best, in your space, in your industry, in your vertical, is you really want to show people. So what we do is we help you create mass attraction in the marketplace to where you can build that recognition. And what we found is that I think a lot of companies want to do that, but a lot of
Hmm.
companies are unwilling to invest in doing that because it's very costly. Let's just face it, we live in a day and age where cross-channel marketing is just intricate because the modern consumer is far more intelligent. Not to mention is you're also bidding against a 7-second attention span. So
Right.
the cross-channel marketing is very important. So that's our, unique selling proposition.
Well, Ivan, thank you so much. I loved everything you shared with us today. Great advice for our viewers. And thanks so much for taking the time to join us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right. Well, that was Ivan Temelkov with Razor Sharp Digital. And if you'd like to learn more about what his company is doing, you can always check him out on dailyadbrief.com. And that's going to do it for us today on Digital Champions. I'm your host, Charlene Shirk, and we look forward to seeing you next time.